I secretly recorded every conversation at my wife's family reunion for a whole weekend to prove I'm treated like a stranger, and what I caught on audio made her cry in the car. My wife Maria and I have been together for 7 years, married for 4, and every summer, her family does this big 3-day reunion at her parents' lake house up north. We're talking aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, like 40 people crammed into one property with bonfires and boat rides and matching t-shirts they order every year. Bro, matching t-shirts for everyone, and they still can't remember this man's name. That's wild. And every single year, I come home feeling like I attended a party I wasn't invited to. It's not that anyone is mean to me. That would almost be easier to explain. It's that I genuinely don't think most of them know my name. Maria's uncle has called me buddy for 3 straight years instead of learning it. Her grandmother still asks what I do for work every time, even though I've answered it probably 15 times. Her cousin Jake talks to every other guy there about hunting and trucks, but has never once asked me a question about my life. Not one in 7 years. I brought this up to Maria constantly. She always said the same thing. You're overthinking it. They're just not great with new people. New people? We've been together 7 years. I have a child with this woman. At what point do I stop being the new guy? So before this year's reunion, I bought a small digital voice recorder online, the kind that clips inside a shirt pocket, completely invisible. I told myself I wasn't doing this to be petty or start drama. I was doing it because every time I described how her family treated me, Maria looked at me like I was being dramatic. She genuinely made me feel like I was losing my mind. I needed proof I wasn't imagining things. Friday night was the welcome bonfire down by the water. I walked up to a group of her cousins standing around talking and said, "Hey guys, what's going on?" One of them glanced over, said, "Not much, man," and turned right back to his story like I hadn't spoken. I recorded 40 minutes from that bonfire, went back and counted afterward. I spoke 6 times. Nobody responded with more than 3 words, not once. Saturday was the big cookout. I tried helping Maria's dad at the grill, asked if he needed a hand. He said, "I'm good," without looking up from the burgers. Later, I sat at a table with 4 of her aunts, asked how their drive was. One gave a short answer, then all 4 started a completely different conversation in Spanish, which I don't speak, and started laughing together. I just sat there staring at my plate with the recorder still running in my pocket. The worst moment came Saturday night. Everyone was packed inside playing cards and telling old stories. Maria's brother told this long story about a college road trip. The whole room was laughing. When he finished, I jumped in with a joke that connected perfectly to what he said. Dead silence. Nobody even smiled. Then, literally 10 seconds later, someone else said almost the exact same thing, worded slightly different, and the entire room erupted laughing. That one genuinely hurt. I almost went outside and deleted everything right there. Sunday morning, I loaded up the car, and once we hit the highway, I told Maria I wanted her to listen to something. I started with the bonfire audio. She was quiet at first. Then I played the cookout clip, then the card game moment. By the time we got to the part where her aunts switched languages right in front of me and started laughing, she had tears running down her face. She kept saying, "I didn't know. I swear I didn't know it was that bad." She told me she always thought I was exaggerating because her family said they liked me. But hearing the actual recordings, the dead silence after I spoke, the way people turned away or changed the subject every time, it broke something in her. She called her mom that night. Her mom got defensive right away, said I was being overly sensitive. But Maria played the card game clip on speaker, and her mom went completely silent for a long time. Then she said quietly, "I didn't realize we were doing that to him." Maria told her it had been happening for 7 straight years, and nobody cared enough to notice. The next morning, Maria's dad called me directly for the first time ever. He didn't exactly apologize, but he said he wanted to do better. And that one sentence meant more to me than any apology ever could, because I never wanted anyone to feel guilty. I just wanted to finally be heard. Man, this one sits different, because he didn't yell, he didn't blow up, he didn't make a scene at the party. He just quietly collected the proof and let the truth speak for itself. And the fact that Maria heard those recordings and immediately broke down tells you everything. She wasn't ignoring him on purpose. She just couldn't see what she'd never had to feel. Sometimes the people closest to you are the last ones to notice you're drowning. Be honest with me, would you have kept going back every year, or would you have stopped showing up a long time ago? Drop it in the comments.